Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This week we're gonna be making my 21st birthday dress. So it is currently May 18th and my birthday is May 28th, so we really gotta start cracking on this. My theme for my birthday is gonna be this fruity, like freshly 21 theme. So I wanna incorporate a lot of like purples and some like raspberry colors and some yellows. And I know when you think like 21st birthday dress, it must be like a little cocktail dress, like we're going out partying. But what I want to do is make this little like garden, like whimsy, floaty, kind of like this shirt theme. Do you see how it's like floaty and fun? That's the vibe I want to create with this dress. So here's the sketch I came up with and have my heart set on. I know it looks a little rough right now, but trust me, it's gonna be really cute. Just trust the process. So to kickstart this off, I actually did not have like a pattern for this. So I had to go on Etsy and find some patterns that I thought could help me make this dress. So I found this crop top that I think I can use the like triangle cutouts as part of the top of the dress. And then I found this skirt that I thought looked really whimsy, and I think it looks long enough on the model as to where I can just pull it up to here and it'll still hit like here, and it'll still be a cute little garden party like short dress. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So my first step is to cut out those patterns and then attach them to my fabric and then cut out the fabric. Okay, so I've printed off all the Etsy patterns and I just laid this one out so you guys can see what it looks like. And now what I have to do is tape it all together and cut it out based on my measurements. There's a bunch of little lines on here that I have to follow along and cut out based on my size. But I just wanted you guys to see the process of what it looks like when you buy something online and how to make a pattern out of it.
12 seconds later.
Hey, just a little author's note. I did something a little silly. So I was sitting here looking at this pattern, right? It's called a handkerchief skirt. I was looking at the handkerchief skirt pattern. And like typically when you have a skirt pattern, like they're massive because skirts are large, like volume wise. And this pattern here, this pattern looks real small. Like the largest part about this pattern is the waistband. And so like in my mind, I'm like, something is wrong. Something is not right here. And so I did some like research on handkerchief skirts and just like a tutorial on like how to make one because I was so confused. And it turns out handkerchief skirts, all you do is you just like fold it up 4 times, right? So you fold it up like this, and then you cut off a bit here, and then you just let it fall. The handkerchief skirt is literally, you only make 1 cut on it, and then it wraps around your body. So basically I'm telling you this because you don't need a pattern for that. That's just kind of critical thinking and common sense. I was just letting you guys know I did something silly goofy and you will not see me using the handkerchief pattern in the rest of the video, and that is why. Oops. Alright, now that I have cut out all my pattern pieces, it's time for me to place these pattern pieces onto my fabric and then cut out the fabric. For my fabric, I have this berry colored fabric that, as you can see, has very, very little stretch. And then to overlay that fabric, I have this beautiful little berry embroidery. As you can see, look, there's little raspberries on it. Ah, it's so perfect. And then finally, I have this beautiful flower that's gonna go like right here on the bodice of the dress. It's gonna look so good. I'm so excited. Since I'm talking about fabrics, I do want to voice a concern I have is on Etsy, these look like very similar colors, but you can kind of see here, they're very different. And so I'm a little worried on how the finished product is gonna look. I'm hoping it's gonna look good. This is more of a plum where this is more of like a berry, but we'll see. Yeah, see, I don't know if I like how that looks. I don't know if I like these colors together. We'll see. Okay, so I cut out all the patterns and I don't know if I like this or not. So you can see it has that like handkerchief flowy little feel at the bottom, which is exactly what I was going for. But I don't know with this because the top will be like that. I don't necessarily know if I like the colors or not. But I guess we'll see in the end if it looks good. I mean, on camera, the colors don't look that bad. In person, the colors, like, there is a big difference. I don't know. We'll see. All right, now that everything has been cut out, what we're gonna do is we are gonna sew the top part first, and then we are gonna add our skirt to our bodice. I'm hoping that this won't take super long, but we'll see. Also, I want you guys to keep in mind that while I might have used this pattern to cut out the pieces, I'm not necessarily like using its instructions as a Bible. I'm gonna use it as a guide, of course, but I'm also gonna kind of, you know, take a little initiative, draw little conclusions, because I'm just a little bit silly, but that's okay. And my first step for this is to sew this together like that, so it kind of comes out a little bit, you know, gives my upper half some volume. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna wing it a little bit. As you can see, I have this sewn. This is actually going to be the inside of the garment. This is going to be my lining, but I'm going to use this as a base to try to cut out like a ruched triangle. So if you see my design right here, you can see that on this part, it's a little crumpled up, you know, it gives a little gathered effect. I want to create that effect, but don't necessarily know how to do it. So I think what I'm gonna do is sew a little piece of my fabric and then use this as a pattern to cut out the main piece of fabric. Don't know if that makes sense, but I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it anyways. So what I did right here is I pinched the fabric and now I'm gonna sew it right here. And so when I cut it out of this pattern, if you can kind of see the overlay, it's going to be ruched or gathered right here, and it will cascade out. Or at least that's what I'm going to try to do. I have no idea if this is going to work, but you know what? We live, we learn, we experiment, we try, and we grow. So yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, I just finished this piece, and you know what? Yeah, I think it does look really good. It isn't as like ruched as I want it to be, but I think it's like enough. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. All right, so we have our lining done and we have our exterior pieces done. So now we need to sew the right side and wrong sides together. First one done. Okay, the cups are done and now we're gonna do our straps. So we're actually not gonna follow the instructions for our straps. It wants us to fold this over once and then flip it inside out. But as you can see, that's a little chunky. I don't like that. So what we're gonna do is we are going to make spaghetti straps. So we're gonna fold this in the middle like this, if you can see it, and fold it again. So it makes this small little teeny tiny little strap like that. Also, ideally when you do it this way, you wanna press it, but I don't like pressing. I don't like setting up the iron and like waiting forever while it heats up, and so we're not gonna press it.
A few moments later.
Now that the straps are sewn, all we do is we stick this in this and then we sew it together. Now what I'm gonna do to make sure this fabric here will really pull when it's like on the bodice, I think what I'm gonna do is overlap these two and kind of sew them together just to make sure it gives an extra little like oomph. So let's do that. Okay, so I was just thinking and I realized something. So this is supposed to be like our underbust. It's supposed to go right here, but what also is supposed to go right here is the skirt. So I don't necessarily need that little underbust portion because this is itself the underbust, if that makes sense. So I think I'm actually gonna just scrap this and we're gonna go ahead and sew this onto the skirt because we don't necessarily need that band. Okay, so tragedy has struck. And this is my first time dealing with this, so I don't know what to do. So I actually do I actually do plan on selling this dress, so I have made sure to zigzag everything, make sure everything is neat and tight. But basically, while I was serging this and zigzagging the ends, my needle hit one of like these little embroidery sequins and it snapped. And I don't know how to change a needle, because when I was in my fashion classes, I would just be like, Mrs. Fahey, there's an issue over here, can you fix this? And then she would fix it for me. So also, I don't know if I have other needles. So anyways, little update, tragedy has struck. Look, there it is. I don't know if you can tell, but there's literally like no point. There's no point to it. It's dull. Aw. Okay, so it turns out it's actually not that hard, and I fixed it. Wow. Look. Ooh. Ah. Okay, two things. I have just added a rolling hem on the inside, so hopefully you won't feel the tulle. But with how thick this line is on where the top of the bodice meets the skirt, I didn't have enough fabric to roll it, so it is a little unfinished under here, if you could see that. So this dress will be at a discounted price. I'm not very proud of my work here, but now for my other thing, I did try this dress on so I could figure out how long I need the straps to be, and this fabric is not stretchy enough. I cannot get it over my body. So what that means is we're gonna have to cut it in the back here and add like a little clasp to get in. It won't ruin the dress, but the back just won't look as pretty as I wanted it to look like, but that's okay. So let's go add that clasp. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna cut in the back right here until I can get my body around the dress. So I'm gonna cut a little bit, try the dress on. If it doesn't go up, then I need to cut more. If it does go up, then I'm gonna stop cutting and hem it and then sew on the clasp. Okay, so this is what the little cut looks like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make it look pretty.
A few moments later.
Okay, so a lot of time has passed, and that means a lot has happened. This past week, I ended up becoming super duper sick, and then I also ended up giving myself food poisoning on accident. So I did finish the dress off camera, but we also ran into like a lot of problems with the dress. So here is our finished result, and as you can see, it looks a lot different than the original sketch I had. The biggest and main difference of that being I decided to add some embroidery to the inside of this bust instead of adding that like flowy piece in the center. This is because I tried for like days and days to figure out how on earth to add a little like poof that would like cascade down, and they all looked bad. They all looked absolutely awful, and so I decided to scrap that whole idea. But I did decide that like the dress still needed a va-va-voom at the top, so that's why I did the little embroidery up here. I think what I also did that wasn't shown is I finished the top of this. I just zigzag stitched it so it won't fray, and then also when I put this on, it's super duper poofy, so I did kind of stitch at little, I don't know, points of the dress so that it stays kind of like clinged to me, like at least at the waist, and then it can like flow out a little bit more. I also think last time we left off on me doing the little snaps, so I added those on and I think they look pretty good. It fits my body super well, and so overall I am proud of this, but I am a little bit disappointed because we did have to scrap some ideas. But the dress is completed, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it on for you guys. All right, so here's the finished dress. Here, I'll let you guys see the back because I don't think you've seen it yet. As you can see, I just had a little tie up here to hold it, and the rest drops down. But oh, also it has this nice little swish to it. This is the bodice. You can see how pretty the little embroidery looks, and you can see kind of where I stitched it so I could like get it closer on my body so it comes in, then a little bit out more. There's also the back up close. This is the end product. I do really like it. I don't love it. So that means that it might go on my Etsy page. I don't know, we'll see. I'll make a post about that if anybody does want this dress. But it's actually really comfortable and it fits me really well. And so I'm proud of the craftsmanship on it. I also went out and did a little photo shoot. So here are the glamour shots. as always, thank you guys for watching. I am so appreciative and grateful for all the love and support. My channel, as of today, has hit 200 subscribers, so thank you so much for that love and support. Also, my newspaper dress video is still going strong. It is now at 23,000 views. That is mind-blowing to me. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that you guys enjoy my videos. Also, as usual, this video will be uploaded on my Patreon a week before I post it on my YouTube. So if you want to join my Patreon and get these videos before they get released to the public, then please go support me there. And if you don't necessarily like my videos but want to see what I'm creating, then my Insta is where I showcase all the glamour shots I get, so you don't have to watch these super long videos. Thank you guys again. I love you all and appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next video.